That's why I'm telling you. I'm not gonna let the likes of Orochimaru get a hold of you! And if you won't listen to reason then, I'll break every bone in your body! If you don't come to your senses, then I'm just gonna have to break all your bones and drag you back to the village! So get up, Sasuke!
There are 206 bones in the human body, but what would happen if you were to break one of them? Well, depending on the bone and type of break, and even the age and health of the patient, if it meets the proper conditions, it'll heal over the course of 6 to 8 weeks. But what were to happen if you were to break all of them? Naruto threatened to break every bone in Sasuke's body, and as we know, Naruto's ninja way is to never go back on his word. So that's the question we set out to answer today, as I'm joined with my dear friends Kamui and Dygo. So, we do know that in Naruto, that you can reinforce your body and skin with chakra, and chakra do be connected to clothes. However, we learn in the tuning exams that this doesn't apply to organs. Whereas bones aren't organs, we see that they can be broken, or at least affected. We see this when Gaara does his sand sarcophagus jutsu, and when Naruto dislocates his shoulder in the war arc, as well as we obviously see it during the Night Guy scene. Some translations say different things, but some say bones, some say arms and legs, some say limbs. Here's all the different versions from the Japanese manga, to English colored manga, to the Japanese anime, to the English dub anime, to the Japanese video game, to the English dub video game. Unfortunately, the Japanese stage play skips over this part, so we don't know how they would have translated it. But for this video, we're going to say Naruto breaks all of it. Well, from limbs and ligaments to sinew, flesh and bones, from head, shoulders, knees, and toes, Sasuke's gonna be tenderized in this video. I can't imagine multiple scenarios where something like this could happen, so let's establish a diverging point to break away from the main timeline. See what I did there? So I have 9 different scenarios where I can imagine that Naruto breaks every bone in Sasuke's body. So the first is, you know, that 1, 2, 3 combo where he's like punching Sasuke's gut up in the air and then he like does a kick where he flies backwards or whatever.
That's not in the manga though.
Okay, well, if you don't like that one, maybe you'll like when Naruto does the scream at Sasuke's fireball and then he like kicks him down into the water before like torpedoing him in the water.
Yeah, that was like the 2050th time that a fireball was useless in the series, but Sasuke got punched really hard there.
Likewise, we have the Naruto flying fish that like Sasuke weirdly like tap kicked as Naruto flew past. But in this case, Naruto's just gonna hit
not in the manga
directly.
Either. So
okay, well the fourth instance is not in the manga. Naruto lassoing slamming Sasuke into the rock wall.
Yeah. No, it was also not in the manga, even though he uses that weird shadow clone ladder in the manga, but it's like 5 clones, not 1600.
My personal favorite that I think would be the most likely is when Naruto first goes into his One Tails cloak form. He like does this weird thing where he like unexpectedly face punches Sasuke, and Sasuke's just like holding his face like, oh, just like chilled on the ground.
Sasuke's teeth are all gonna fall out.
If you pause the anime exactly when Naruto punches, his face gets so weird and deformed.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
No. In this case, Naruto's not gonna wait. As Sasuke's on the ground, he's just gonna go over and just starts curb stomping him. Like he's gonna break his skull.
He just starts snapping the bones. He takes his elbow, snaps like a twig.
Kamui, I was hoping that you could present the 6th one, since this is your favorite.
Oh yeah, so this is anime only, but Naruto makes a gigantic Kyuubi hand, and when I say gigantic, I mean like this is just full on, arguably bigger than Kurama himself's hand. If you're gonna scale, you just scale Kurama's hand stabbing Minato to this hand reaching over Sasuke. This thing's just gonna grab Sasuke and it's just gonna turn him to mush.
It's basically gonna do the Kyuubi version of the sand sarcophagus.
Exactly.
That would definitely work.
Do you remember the first time Naruto like met Kurama when he's like falling right before he summons Gamabunta, and Kurama does the weird red chakra spiral around him and like squeezes him? That's what I'm imagining that Naruto's gonna do to Sasuke here.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sasuke doesn't pull his wing out to flatten Naruto away.
Yeah,
I guess
like,
it's when
at the
Sasuke
very end.
gets, you know, grabbed by the long, weird chakra limb, and Naruto pulls him at him and punches Sasuke, and then Naruto rushes Sasuke again, then he uses the wing to protect himself.
Yeah, like dragged along the ground, like thrown into Madara's ankle or whatever.
Yep.
Just doesn't pull the wing out.
The bad thing of staying in Curse Mark Stage 2 for too long happens to Sasuke early, and he's paralyzed, allowing Naruto to do whatever he wants. Which,
like Sasuke's like, the final battle, up until now, he just falls over, Naruto jumps over with his Rasengan, just nails him in his back or something.
Or Naruto doesn't aim for the headband. Well,
He aims for his bones.
remember when the first Rasengan Chidori clash happened in the fight? And Sasuke, he uses the Chidori and he's very extra, like he jumps into the water before he rushes Naruto. Maybe he just misses the jump and falls like on land.
He twists his
Breaks
ankle.
every bone.
If push comes to shove, he does have one other jutsu he could use. He could just summon Gamabunta.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
No, the surface he uses for his hand to touch is Sasuke, so Gamabunta will guaranteed summon right on Sasuke, and we saw Gamabunta smush Kurama down, so I don't think anyone's questioning what's gonna happen to Sasuke.
The most poetic thing he could do after, like, Sasuke Chidori's him, before he heals, he just gets some of the blood from his leaking hole.
Yes. He makes the hand signs and taps Sasuke's chest. Summoning jutsu. Gamabunta, where am I?
Alright, guys, let's go home. Gamabunta gets there in like 3 hops. We're back!
But then the question becomes, what happens to Sasuke? Does Sasuke die from all his bones being crushed? Does he live? Can Tsunade even heal this? We obviously know that Naruto has won the fight, without a doubt. But before we go further, we just need to know what happens to Sasuke physically.
There's a lot of different aspects here in terms of that. So we do know that depending on the type of bone, it takes a different amount of pressure to break it. For example, the femur bone takes 4,000 newtons. I know that off the top of my head because I was doing research earlier. Whereas the pinky probably takes, I don't even know, like 1,000 or something, maybe even less. So I don't think Naruto's holding his punches back to like hit the exact threshold minimum of each bone. So like he's gonna like probably do enough to like shatter or like fracture the most strongest bones like the skull or femur, but then like his pinky is just being like obliterated. It's basically being just might as well not be there at all. Yeah, I mean,
I will say,
Naruto broke his
Tsunade
skull.
has been able to heal Rock Lee's injuries, which had like bone fragments in his bones, whatever nonsense that she healed. So she might be able to heal Sasuke, especially if push comes to shove. I'm sure she can use her Mitotic Regeneration, Byakugo Seal, amped healing power to do surgery on Sasuke.
Also,
Plus
that
Shizune there to
ritual-
back him up.
The ritual they used on Neji after the Sasuke retrieval arc, where they used Neji's hair to essentially plug the hole on his torso.
Yeah, they just start doing some crazy shit like that.
Before we get too far ahead here, I do want to point out, it's not just his bones. Naruto made 2 promises. He said that after he breaks every bone in his body, he's going to drag Sasuke back to the village. And so you can just imagine this in your head. Sasuke, that's a far distance. Imagine how, like, in the anime, it took a day and night and the next day to get to Sasuke, the final valley, just by jumping on the trees. If Naruto's dragging him back those hundreds, if not thousands of miles, he's gonna have the most gnarly road rash of all time. He might not have any skin left on his legs at all.
Well, not only that, but his head's gonna be bouncing on the ground. He's probably gonna get several concussions, and because all his bones are broken anyway, they're gonna be like swimming around like in a pool there. They're gonna be all dislocated all over the place. He's probably gonna have part of his femur connecting to his left elbow, and like his pinky is gonna be inside his hip bone or something.
What?
Like he's gonna be like Kabuto after Tsunade's jutsu, trying to figure out how to rework his body.
Sasuke's whole body's gonna make Orochimaru's arms look good.
Yeah, Orochimaru's not gonna want Sasuke's body after that.
But Naruto's probably gonna meet Kakashi midway though, because Kakashi was going to them. So would
But
Kakashi
Naruto
just
would
grab
never go
Sasuke?
back on his word, Dygo.
Okay.
Well, actually,
That's true.
I'm glad you
That's
pointed
true.
that. So it depends at what point in the timeline Naruto breaks every bone in Sasuke's body and starts dragging him back, because depending on how early or late will depend how early or late he meets up with Kakashi. So going with the earliest possible interpretation, he's not going to intercept with Kakashi first. He's going to go back the way he came. He's going to first run into Gaara and Lee. Yeah, they're just sitting around by the tree, and so they're gonna see Naruto dragging this lifeless corpse back, previously known as Sasuke, and they're just gonna get the most traumatic flashback to Lee's broken bones and Gaara. So who knows what he's gonna flashback to? It's gonna be unpretty though, that's for sure. But, so I think upon seeing such a gruesome sight, Lee is gonna revoke his thumbs up that he gave to Naruto, and go to shake Kimimaro, hoping he's gonna come back to life to finish the job. This is because Sasuke would be better off going to Orochimaru than whatever Naruto's gonna give him. And then obviously, on Gaara's end, Shukaku's just gonna be laughing. Is that upon Kakashi getting there, he's gonna flash back to Obito, who had half of the bones in his body broken by the boulder. Once Naruto gets back to the village, of course, the thing on everyone's mind, Sakura, she would definitely be grateful to Naruto for keeping his promise of a lifetime. However, unforgivably angry that Sasuke's crippled now for life, and so obviously Sakura is never gonna speak to Naruto ever again, thus irreversibly shattering the bond of Team 7 forever.
Well, that's assuming he's crippled for life. Like, if Tsunade can heal him, he's not crippled for life.
Well, that's definitely not what Sakura's reaction is gonna be the moment she sees Sasuke's purple and blue body.
Yep.
Going with the timeline, what I think would happen next is Jiraiya would still drop by the hospital to tell Naruto about the Akatsuki coming in 2 years, but would skip the going after Sasuke part for obvious reasons. Ultimately, he would reprimand Naruto for taking it that far, when Jiraiya wouldn't have done that to his best friend, Orochimaru. Whereas Jiraiya would want to drop Naruto as a student, the threat of the Akatsuki, as well as his obligation to Minato, wouldn't allow it.
I mean, would you want to drop Naruto as a student, though? Because
this reckless psychopath broke every bone in his best friend's body. I wouldn't want to tutor that kid.
He brought him back.
I don't think
Jiraiya
would drop Naruto as a student. He wouldn't want to do that. Jiraiya's done worse things.
I mean, Jiraiya's had a lot of his bones broken by Tsunade. That doesn't stop him from peeping on her again.
All I know is that the time skip timing would overall be the exact same, just with Naruto and Jiraiya both not caring as much. Naruto because he doesn't have a Sasuke to bring back, nor a rival to compete against in Sasuke, and he lost his love interest as well as all of his friends who now hate him and are scared of him as the Nine-Tails brat.
What does this signify to Sasuke, having this all happen? Well, is he further enraged that Naruto beat him again? Does he think that Naruto's strength through friendship beat his strength through breaking bonds? Meaning he's gonna turn a new leaf and go back to, being in the village and happy and stuff?
Wait, real quick, Kamui,
as soon as Tsunade heals him, is he just gonna run away again in secret?
Well, the thing is, even if he wants to run away, Orochimaru will not want a mangled body. So,
well, assuming he's healed. Frankly, will Orochimaru even know all his bones were broken? Like, he's gonna be wondering, like, where's Sasuke? But, like, he's probably not going to know the specifics of what happened.
Okay, so I got one for you. Naruto's going to be beating on Sasuke, and Sasuke's going to go, Naruto, stop! I said we want to break our bond, not break our bones! You misheard me.
Naruto starts breaking his own bones to even it out. So is this what you wanted, Sasuke? You want us to break our bones?
We'll have an equal match. It's a testament as a leaf shinobi.
He just snaps his elbow. But what do you think Sasuke, how do you think Sasuke would feel? Like, would he be further pushed down the path of darkness, or would he do a 180 and be like, you know what, Naruto, you're right?
Well, one thing's for sure. He definitely wouldn't be thinking about avenging his clan at the time.
And I don't think he'd be thinking about fighting Naruto again anytime soon either.
Eventually he would turn around because, one of the important things for Sasuke was to establish that he was stronger than Naruto because he was severing his bonds. If he severs his bonds or tries to and loses the fight, and especially if he loses that badly, he's probably going to rethink things a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be like Gaara, who's going to be like, love, is that what makes him so strong?
I said to sever my bonds, not my limbs. One thing's for sure. I think Sasuke's gonna give up on walking down the path of darkness, and he's gonna change his goal to walking.
Crawling down the... I was like crawling down the path of darkness. I like talking down the path of darkness.
I like just changing it from the path of darkness just to walking. That's his new goal. He's
gonna be in a wheelchair like Mike Guy, you know. They're gonna bond, actually. Mike Guy's just gonna take him on as his student.
He's not gonna go fight to kill Itachi. He's just gonna go fight to walk to Itachi. That's his real fight right there. A fight with himself.
He's just gonna try to open his eyes so he can see Itachi. How's Itachi gonna respond to this? Is he gonna be very mad at Naruto? He's just gonna come in and kill him?
Probably. I mean, not kill him, but he'd be mad.
He just feeds him to the Akatsuki, puts him in the ghetto statue. He's like, alright, we're screwed you.
Kisame, you were right. Let's go back for him.
You were right. We should have chopped off his legs.
That brat a taste of his own medicine. From Sakura's perspective, how would she do over the time skip? Without a person she's so madly in love with that she can't even stand it to get stronger for the sake of bringing him back to the village, Sakura never trains with Tsunade, giving Tintin the perfect opportunity to slide right in and fulfill her dream.
God,
I think Sakura would be extra motivated to learn medical ninjutsu so that she could heal Sasuke.
Ooh. Okay. She's so madly in love, she wants Sasuke to be able to stand.
Exactly. So instead of learning chakra enhanced punches and what other deviations from medical ninjutsu, she's doubling down. Like, she's already doubled down on medical ninjutsu, but she's like tripling down now. She's got Tsunade's Lee surgery mastered to a T in 1 year. She's got 2 more years to go. She's just developed her own surgical procedure to heal Sasuke after the time skip.
Yeah, and she would deep down kind of like that. Oh, I can spend a lot of time with Sasuke healing him.
Yeah,
So
and
maybe
she'll forever in debt to her.
Maybe she'll eventually even forgive Naruto for what he did because, oh, wow, I kind of like this.
And then they're going to be even closer than ever before. It's because Sasuke's bones are broken, he won't be able to slap away Sakura's apple again this time.
Well, he'll definitely not be slapping anything.
You know
for a
what?
while.
It seems like this is only good for Team 7 in the long run.
Well, for all the normies out there who need a reminder, as we know, Sasuke has healing after he absorbs Orochimaru, and obviously because of Karin, but like that just doesn't happen in this timeline. He's not there yet. That hasn't happened, so neither of those things are applicable. Likewise, Tsunade speculated that Sasuke was on drugs, but like because of his growth was so unnaturally fast. But not only is this just not confirmed, we don't know if it would give him accelerated healing in the first place, let alone the fact that it also just hasn't happened like the other two as well. So Sasuke just doesn't have healing.
Point.
Yeah, like as far as we know, the only thing he has healing is just normal healing, or maybe something from the nature energy of the curse mark or something, but I don't know.
I mean, it's tough to say because Sakon and Ukon did have somewhat accelerated healing, but it's unclear if that's them specifically or if all the Sound 4 did or what, because it's not really discussed.
Nah, I wouldn't say the curse mark has healing because even when Sasuke loses the wing, he doesn't get it back. So if he had some sort of healing, the wing would probably just grow back. I don't know.
Here's where we get to the math part. So, Kamui, the stat major, this is where we're gonna be needing your help here. I was just doing some quick math or whatever on my phone. It definitely wasn't the correct math, but it's okay. So, Kamui. So, Lee had his arm and leg crushed. So, I did some research. Turns out there's exactly 30 bones below the knee and in your arm. And so that means in total, Lee had 60 of his bones crushed for one arm and one leg. And we know that Tsunade gave him a 50-50 chance at a life-saving or ending operation. So Lee broke 60 bones in total, and we know that there's 206 bones in the human body. And so if Sasuke's breaking all of them, then that means that Sasuke broke 3.43 times as many bones as Lee. And so if you account for the 50% odds at breaking 60 bones based on Tsunade's calculations, then assuming a linear scale, that needs to be an assumption, assuming a linear scale of chance to operation ratio, Sasuke has a 14.5% chance of full recovery based on that. Or, a different way to do the math, assuming Tsunade must perform multiple operations of 60 bones per operation, that means for full recovery, that needs 4 total operations. The first with being 60 bones, and then the last one being with the remaining bones, not 60 total, but less than that. So, for the full recovery, 4 operations, with the first being a 50-50, same for the second and the third, but for the fourth operation, it's, I believe, a 21% chance of failure. That's 79% chance of success. Adding all these up, I didn't have exponents on my phone calculator at work to double check this, but I got approximately a 5% chance of recovery for all 4 of these operations to be a success. Somewhere between 5 to 15% is my estimated range there, so we'll just say 10% roughly on average.
All things considered, that's pretty good.
For
He's got a 10% chance of full recovery. Like, if I was Sasuke, I'd be like, whoop! Like, that's pretty good.
Listen, I know that Lee had a pretty quick recovery. I feel like even if Tsunade's surgery is a success, he's staying crippled for a while. So if Sasuke doesn't heal, then Orochimaru would take Guren's body. You know Guren Crystal Sour from the film. Yeah, she would take Guren's body. If Sasuke has recovered, then Orochimaru would sneak in as easily as he did during the Chunin exams the first time, and then just take Sasuke's body there. In this hypothetical, I don't think Sasuke has any chance of beating Orochimaru, so he just would win. So I don't think he has a chance.
If he drinks some of that liquor, that sake, he might heal fast like Lee.
Well, Gaara was implying that he wasn't as strong as when he fought him the first time, so I don't think Sasuke has the power to leave the village, especially if everyone else is getting stronger over the time skip anyways. Like, how's he gonna get to the Sound Village or wherever Orochimaru is? He doesn't have a sound force to
Sasuke's gonna feel way behind, that's for sure.
Yeah, plus at this point...
He might be motivated to go to Orochimaru again after that when he realizes how far behind he is.
Plus at this point, the Jonin just aren't going to be on as many missions as they were during the Sasuke retrieval mission, so I feel like Sasuke just doesn't have the chance to leave. And plus he's going to be obviously monitored, they're just not going to let him leave.
The Yamba's gonna be around, probably.
Yeah, so if he is healable, he'll just sneak in like he did in the Chunin exam, like Kabuto did even, and just go up to Orochimaru and take his body. Should be easy. He has the face steal jutsu, he has the body snatch, he's everything he needs.
Yeah, I don't think he's got any problem sneaking in.
Yeah.
And then Sasuke, because he's not as powerful, won't be able to resist and overtake Orochimaru's consciousness, which would be the end of Sasuke. So, at the end of the day, Sasuke dies regardless.
Yeah, I guess no matter what, Sasuke's screwed.
Now, I do want to add a caveat. There is one possibility where Orochimaru does take Sasuke's body, assuming the surgery failed and he just survived, to where every bone in Sasuke's body remains broken. So, you guys know a certain ninja named Mizumi, right?
Yes.
Oh, no.
So, Orochimaru does know that jutsu, too.
Exactly. Orochimaru's slinking, slithering around the battlefield like crazy. I don't see why he needs bones in the first place. Just take Sasuke's boneless body.
Well, I mean, not only that, though, but, like, hypothetically, Orochimaru takes Sasuke's body while the bones are broken. Could he just do his snake substitution jutsu, open his mouth, and just be fine? Like, would that work?
Like, it's not like he's like, oh, Sasuke's leg muscles, I need this body. No, he needs a Sharingan. It's not like he broke his Sharingan bones. That should be still just as good. He's gonna get weaker.
Yeah. And like, in the worst case scenario, Orochimaru just straight up can fight with the broken bones. I mean, Kokoro said himself, if all your bones are broken, you'll be even more flexible. I'm pretty sure Orochimaru's bones were broken when he was slinging around the tree in the Force of Death there.
Sasori might just win and kill them all if Sakura isn't as strong. It might just be the end of the story there. Kazekage rescues Sasori, poisons them all.
If she's not strong enough to punch all those puppets into destruction, because she was one-shotting every puppet. If she doesn't have that type of power, then they're not winning that fight.
Yeah, which means Granny Chiyo dies, which would mean Gaara just stays dead.
We could.
Which means Sasori goes after Naruto and Kakashi, who's chasing Deidara, and now it's Team Guy, Naruto, Kakashi versus Deidara and Sasori.
They're not winning. They're just not.
Yeah, they're not winning. No. Guy, 7th gate. Especially Deidara with no arms? Like, what's Deidara doing there? He's not doing much.
I mean, we could totally talk about future arcs, but I kind of like that as the resolution. What happens if Naruto breaks every bone in Sasuke's body? Sasori poisons them all, end of story. That's where he got it off.
Based.
Yeah, that's it. That's all.
Sasori is poisons. Actually, that's true, yeah. Wait, Gogoro's just dead.
It's just question answer. There you go. We answered it. What happens? That's it.
And it just becomes Sasori versus Orochimaru in the end.
That's the story. Black Zetsu is just devastated. He lost his Ashura Ninja reincarnate in this case.
Well, I guess to be
Oh, what a shame.
You still got
We don't get
Obito
Black Zetsu.
Madara shenanigans,
Oh, no.
I guess.
I'll just do Infinite Tsukuyomi.
Yeah, like the question's really just, does Orochimaru or Kabuto Edo Tensei Madara, or does Obito fight Pain in a battle of whose plan they're gonna enact? The winner of that determines what happens next. We also need to know which team, like, is Sasori gonna back up Pain, or is he gonna back up Obito? Like, where does the rest of the Akatsuki stand on this debate?
He would definitely back up Obito if Obito told him the truth about Infinite Tsukuyomi, since he loves eternal art.
Ooh, yeah, we know Datara will back up Pain.
Yeah.
He wants terror. Yeah, Datara wants to be these, like, Pain. Let me be the one to blow up the stone village. Who's that choosing? Kisame obviously is choosing Infinite Tsukuyomi. Itachi's realistically choosing Pain's side if he has to pick. Konan's obviously choosing Pain. Hidan is choosing Pain, I think, because he gets to do some slaughtering. Kakuzu, I don't know. So it looks like most of the Akatsuki is going to side with Pain. So I think Pain's winning in that case, but if Obito and Pain just have a secret battle, like then again, Konan can always just split the sea in the middle of that fight on Obito. So I think Pain and Konan are just going to win because nothing says Konan can't help.
Well, I mean, if you have all the Akatsuki versus Obito, maybe they win, but...
Yeah, I mean, so far it looks like all but Kisame and Setsu are just on Pain's side. And I guess Sasori.
Well, you know, while they're doing that, we're having the final fight elsewhere. Since that's like a B story, A story thing, so, you know, all the Akatsuki versus Obito, that's gonna be the B story. The A story is obviously gonna be Itachi versus Jiraiya. And if you guys want to know what happens in that climactic finale fight, definitely click the link in the description below, because we've done that video already, so thank you all so much for watching.